somebody come join?
No. Back up, baby.
Okay.
What y'all got going on anyway? Hey, hey. Hey, Missy. Hey, Kat. How are you guys? What's going on today, guys?
Good.
Panama City, welcome, Queen. Thank you for joining me today. This isn't one of my normal live guys. I don't have no topic in particular to talk about. No, you're not dressed appropriately. No. I just came to say hi, quick hey, just like the title says.
Hi.
Nothing going on. Sorry guys, that was a phone call coming in. I just hung up with my mom, so I don't know what she calling right back for. Probably talk to this grandbaby. Hey sissy, Hellenista. How are you, Queen? You finally caught me when you're not driving. Um, I don't have nothing going on. Just chilling out after getting the kids fed their dinner. Stop, Tyjon, go over there. Um, just sitting on the porch chilling. You know, it's me and the kiddos, as always. We'll have anything going on. Just enjoying this evening breeze. It's not a scorcher out today, thank God, because the past couple days they haven't really been hot. The weekend was hot, but the past couple days have been like raining, thunderstorms. So I'm just happy to have an evening with good weather. Hey, Cab, no problem, no problem. I just popped on to say a quick hey. Brian, and welcome, King TJ. Don't throw that over here and hit this with that ball.
I was gonna say.
Every time I come to get a little peace and come talk to my community, here come the boys with all their foolishness. Not today. No, you're not coming over here with that huggy wuggy. Get down there, Tyjon, before you hurt yourself. Let me give y'all the little reminder that I told y'all about earlier. I'm not playing, okay? I came out here for peace and quiet. I'm right off their bedroom, guys. This is their bedroom right behind me, so I don't know why they out here. They got 2 game systems in there and 2 TVs. They was doing everything they wanted to do, but the moment I opened that door and came to sit out here they come. Swarming around me like some little bees. Like I have to take my downtime however I can get it. Because y'all know I'm always with the kids, with the kids, with the kids. Deandra, welcome, Queen. Thank you for joining in. TJ, get down. That's dangerous. I don't want you to fall and break your leg. Don't let me see you do that again. Why do kids step on everything? Why? Why? It's an unnecessary trip to the ER.
Alright.
Come here, Ty.
Mom, this one's gonna broke.
No, no, no. Let me just show y'all because he's dying for y'all to see. He got this Huggy Wuggy toy for this plush thing for his birthday. He just had a birthday. We're gonna upload. Here you go, baby. No, I don't want you in it. You're not dressed. Go. I don't want you on the camera. TJ, get from back there. Trying to go through the window and let y'all see him. I said no, not today. This is not for y'all, okay? All right, go in there with Kha'yair and play the games, guys.
But we don't have any. We don't have anything.
Go watch TV then, TJ. We're not going back and forth. You should have took care of all that before I came on live. Ooh, he trying it. Tomorrow's TJ's birthday. I think I told y'all before they're Irish twins. No, Tyjon. No. They're Irish twins. So Tyzir's birthday was last week on Wednesday. And I'm just getting to the point of editing his birthday upload. And then tomorrow's CJ. So you're going to see 2. And then the following week is Kha'yair. So my son set me up real good. He brought me all these rockhead, hammerhead boys. And his behind gotta be, I kept telling him, you're fertile. You're fertile at a certain time of the year. You need to stop it. How he got 3 babies back to back 3 weeks in a row. And I gotta take care of all this financial stuff. Hello, Wave. Welcome, Queen. I'll tell him, guys, that you guys said happy belated. I saw that. I don't know. For anybody that goes live on a mobile device, does your chat go in and out? Or I'm not sure if it's because I'm way down on a 3rd level and my signal is weaker down here, but I notice whenever I'm going live, my chat is like going in and out. And I'm not sure because I'm new to going live on a mobile device. Go back over there away from the window. He's right here behind the chair. Try to let y'all see him. Anyway, I was in there playing doctor with Tyjon. He got this doctor bag and kit for at Christmas time, and every now and then, child, it's so funny. Whenever somebody gets sick, the first thing he do is run downstairs and get his doctor's kit, and he know exactly what to do with it. So whenever we go to his PCP, we got to take this doctor kit, and the doctor gets a kick out of it. Like, you know what? He might be a young doctor. He might be speaking into his future. I said I hope so because he always ran here taking our temperature. He know how to put that blood pressure cuff on and take that. Um, he got the little thing where they look in the mouth and it lights up. He be checking in your mouth, talk about he checking the back of your throat. And what's funny, I didn't realize that he knew as much as he did. I had my tonsils taken out some years ago, and he was like, "Uh oh, mom, yours is missing." I bust out laughing because I knew exactly what he was saying. He said, "Open again." Where that thing at? It was so funny. My husband was like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, I had my tonsils taken out back in the 90s, and this boy know about it. He realized that I don't have it back then. Oh my God, it's so funny. But anybody that's sick in the house, you can't be sick in peace because this boy goes and get that doctor's bag and he around here doing assessments. I know y'all remember back in like January, I had the dental surgery. That was the funniest. I never told y'all this. So we made arrangements. Hubby had to work, so his best friend was the one that took me for my dental surgery. My mother kept the kids over at her house in the front of the development. So she just said to me, um, I'm just going to go ahead and keep them because you're going to be out of it when you do your dental surgery. So just tell Tony, when he come off from work, then he can come get the kids. And that was good. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I did a whole recording when I came in from my dental surgery. And if you guys didn't see that upload, you can go back and watch it. Really funny to me. Oh my God, to see it back now. I don't even remember recording that. I had the all packed on both sides because I had the four wisdoms pulled at once. Bad idea. Somebody told me to do it. Get it over with, girl. Bad idea, but I'm glad that's behind me now. But my mouth was all packed. My jaws was like, oh, they were swollen and sore. And I did a recording for y'all telling y'all I just came in from surgery and basically I'll talk to you later. Um, but when he came in that night, when hubby brought them in that evening, I was out of it. They didn't really see me until the next day because hubby like took care of them, got them, ready for bed and everything, and he shut me up in my room and he slept down in the spare room next to the kids so that he could listen out for them and take care of me all their needs because I was completely out of it. But when Tyjon came to visit me the next day in my room, because hubby took off a few days after that for me to go through the whole healing process, he came in like, and he realized I couldn't talk. I was sleeping and I woke up to him and he was like, say Tyjon. And I'm looking at him. I can't even move my mouth because, the next day I felt that. And he was like, say Tyjon, say it, open your mouth. And he was trying to, in the room, try to stretch my mouth open. Boy, I reached for my phone. I couldn't talk, but I was calling my husband on WhatsApp, on video call, like, come get him. This boy down here trying to kill me. He was trying to stretch my mouth open to talk because he realized I couldn't talk normally. It was the funniest thing. Now it's funny, but oh, it was painful when he was stretching my jaws. That was hilarious. I never seen nothing like it. Um, I did a video last night. I was recording, and I was like, you know what? All this good help I get around here, these boys like to help me out with chores and stuff like that. But y'all, all this help ain't good help. Sometimes they in my way more than anything, but I just hate to hurt their little feelings and send them away. So I let them come on in. But sometimes I just be wanting to get the chores done and out of the way and scratch it off my list of things to do and keep it rolling. And I don't care where I go or what I'm doing. Here they show up, especially Tyzier. He's the one that like to learn all the new things around the house and go brag like, I know how to do the dishwasher now. I know how to do this. And then TJ be like, Mom, that's not fair. You didn't teach me. And I'm like, TJ, it was supposed to be your turn. He was around, so he asked could he help, and I let him. Right before I came downstairs when I was cleaning up after dinner and coming down here to go sit down and go live with you guys, they got into a fight because I asked Tyzier to turn off the fan in the dining room area, and Tyjon ran and did it, and so Tyzier had a fit like, but that's my job, and oh my God, they had a whole fit over who turned the fan off, and that's how it goes around here. Anything like every night, Tyzier is my care bear. Tamika Davis, welcome. The chat was missing for a while, so I just seen it pop back in. Thank you for asking for the thumbs up wave. I appreciate it. Um, Oh my gosh. So Tyzier every night when I say to them, okay guys, time for bed, the first thing Tyzier do is come upstairs, go over there, TJ. I'm not gonna tell you again, to get my water bottle and bring and put on my nightstand because I drink water every night. And then he'll come back up. If I left my laptop upstairs, he'll go get the laptop and the mouse and bring it in my room and set it on my desk and get it set up for me and get it on the charger. Like, that's my baby. He know exactly what my nighttime routine is. He'll go and remind Tyjon that he need to go get all the electronics and bring them to me. He say, Alexa's about to go off. Go give Dilute the cords. And that means bring me all the electronics so that I can get them all charged up so they can have them the next day. Everything is up and ready for them. Um, it's just a number of things that he do every single night. And then he remind everybody, oh, we didn't get our vitamins. And they'll all come marching up to get their vitamins. Oh my God, it's funny. It's funny. And it's crazy, but I do tend to forget to give it to them in a day, and they 9 times out of 10 they take them at night. But as long as they get them every day, I guess they are effective. Um, he'll remind me to fill in my diffusers because I always put water in them and put some type of oil in every night, especially near their bedrooms. It's supposed to help them be able to sleep with certain oils, but I don't find that it worked for me. But they be going out like a light, so obviously it works for them. Um, but we don't have anything going on, guys. I was just, like I said, I had an early evening, getting them fed and getting the kitchen and everything all cleaned up and mopped and everything sanitized and set up for tomorrow morning. I already pulled out my foods that I need for tomorrow, which is not much because again, tomorrow is TJ's birthday and we'll be dining out. So last week on Wednesday was Ty's birthday. He chose Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. For dinner, I don't think I put that upload. Oh no, for lunch. I'm sorry. That's in his birthday upload. I think I'm gonna let that. I'm gonna send that out tomorrow, and you'll see. We had hot dogs, and he wanted to make this dirt cup. So what happened? His last week of school, the teachers was doing a lot of fun activities with them, and some of them that they were doing in Tyzier's class was recipe cards. So they made these little recipe books, and he had one for a dirt cup, and he wanted to make it. So I promised him we could make it. So he was like, I know, we can make it on my birthday. So that's what we did. We made it at lunchtime, and I knew they were going to have a lot of sweets, so I kind of cut that recipe in half. I would normally give them like a full cup of that stuff, but because it was his birthday, we had the donuts for breakfast. I knew we were going to have some type of ice cream and cake for dinner, so I didn't want to overdo it. But we were able to make his dirt cups, and he was happy. And that was nothing but some Oreos that we chopped up. And it called for some pudding, so we made two with chocolate and two with vanilla. And then you put the crumbs of the Oreos on the bottom, you put the pudding, then you put some Oreos, and then you put some gummy worms on top, and it looks like a dirt cup. It was cute. You'll see it in tomorrow's upload. Um, so that's what we did for lunch with the hot dogs and all. And then for dinner, he chose Red Lobster. Boo. I'm not a Red Lobster fan because I don't eat seafood. So there's not a lot that they have on the menu for somebody like myself. So all my years, my younger years when I was dating and Red Lobster was the thing for somebody to take you out to Red Lobster or something like that, I was never really interested. I would go if they had some type of chicken entree that I can have, or I would just eat like appetizers and those rolls. But not a seafood fan, so wasn't very many options for me. But I chose a steak last week when we went, and it wasn't the greatest. So I know I won't be going there again. I did enjoy my salad and the bread, but the steak wasn't good, and the mashed potatoes was horrible. So I could have gone to. I'm sorry, look like somebody was lost. I'm out on the porch, and this is where the street is here. Um, I could have gone to Boston Market and had better food. Nothing against Boston Market, but I'm just saying I could have took that type of food as a takeout and enjoyed it better than I did at Red Lobster. Beauty by Britt, welcome. Walker Family TV, welcome. I do see the chat just pop back in. So now I'm able to see you guys came in. Welcome. We're not doing any particular topic tonight. I was just doing a quick hey like you saw when you tapped in. However, on Thursday, I'm still trying to get familiar with StreamYard. Anybody in this chat now, are you using StreamYard? Because since I got off alive last week and I told you guys I was gonna attempt StreamYard. Welcome, Sierra. I see you coming in, doll. I was able to go in. It was not on my device. I had to go in a different app store that was on my Chromebook, and I saw StreamYards, but it was like tips and stuff. It wasn't the actual application where I can go live. So if anybody can help me out with that, it would be greatly appreciated because I do want to switch over to StreamYard. YouTube Studio Analytics going live through that is good because that's how I've been going live all this time. However, StreamYard had way more features that I can use that I probably could benefit from. And especially, I want to be able to bring people up to join me during my live stream. So I do know, I believe two guys in my Facebook group that I'm already linked with. I might reach out to them tonight because I know one for sure is Sensational Gent and he uses that every week. And guys, that's the live I was telling you guys about. I know tomorrow is TJ's birthday. We're going to try to do everything, our dinner and stuff early and get back in time. Just like I did last week because I hate to miss Sensational Gent's live streams. Tomorrow is that live stream. I've been asking you guys to come and just come check it out. I will, the moment I see that he posts the information for his live tomorrow, I'm going to share it on my community tab so you guys can find it easier. Or I'll just put something on my community tab telling you, don't forget, join Sensational Gents. His name is Sean C. Join his live stream tomorrow. And that's where we find a group of men talking about the modern day women and their take on our attitudes and why we turn men off, the things we do, what we're asking for men to bring to the table is way too much and way more than we would ever bring to the table ourselves. I would just like for some women to sit in on that type of conversation. I'm just curious to see how that would go. Because those guys be coming like their views are their views. He ain't changing their mind. It is what it is. Like I said, they all call themselves getting passports and moving to other countries to be happy because modern day American women is not what's up. And he do show a lot of video clips, and I'm telling you, the women do speak negative. And I have found that in a lot of his clips, there are some like-minded women that have been on there giving viewpoints, such as myself, where we were keeping it real, keeping it 100. Letting them know, like, yeah, well, that's not the type of women I keep in my circle because anybody that I deal with doesn't have that mindset. I know you can't control how other people think, behave, whatever. However, if they do think or behave that way, they wouldn't be that comfortable to do it around you because they know that you don't have a problem with saying something against it or about it. So, when you get to a certain age, all that friendship stuff is for the birds. I mean, it's good to have a good friend and all that, but we always watching everybody. And you're not going to have all that riffraff around you. You're not going to have a friend that's talking out of one side of their mouth and then the other side of their mouth around you. You're not going to have nobody around you, especially in your personal circle, that's embarrassing you and acting a fool and carrying on. So, it is what it is. And then, you're not afraid to go against the grain when you see somebody doing something inappropriately or just out of pocket. You're not afraid to correct it or just say how you feel. And it's okay to agree to disagree. Everybody's not going to be on the same page. But, that's how I am and that's how I like other people to handle me. If you don't agree with something, it's fine. We're not always going to be 100% on the same page. And that's with your friends, that's with your family, that's with your partner. It is what it is. But I ain't coming here to preach tonight, y'all. I came to hang out. What y'all got going on? I got a house full of babies. Y'all know that. Ain't nothing changed. I am a little frustrated with the way things are going with my oldest grandson. For anybody, that has been following my journey, you know that he came to live with us full time a couple months ago um, when his other grandmother, who was his primary caregiver, passed away. It has been a roller coaster ride, guys. Um, I'm not going to divulge that information here because I'm still dealing with it. I mean, I will, but right now I'm still dealing with it, and I don't know what I'm going to wake up to as far as that situation is concerned from day to day. So until I get a handle on it and get it resolved, and I get past these feelings and emotions that I'm still trying to sort out and deal with myself and him as well, then I'll be able to talk about it more freely and be able to share everything from start to finish and possibly a resolution to the problem. Just trust and believe when I tell you it is not easy when you have two different parenting styles going on. And unfortunately, with her passing away out of the situation, she was primary caregiver, and she's not here to sign anything over. It's a harder transition. Legally, the schools don't know who they should be talking to, his mother or myself. Um, they would talk to me as far as getting him transported to school, his grades, his attendance, things like that. But as far as like IEPs and stuff like that, not in a position to talk to me. But then we have the mother. We always had a very estranged relationship. I was not happy with my son's choice from day one with that, but it is what it is. And I do have a grandson that came, out of their relationship, and it's something I've been dealing with since he's been born. Well, before he's been born, but once a child is here, it is what it is. You got to roll with the blues, and you got to make some adjustments, and you have to deal with your new normal. But we never had a great relationship. However, when her mother passed, the day her mother passed, I had to be the one to take the phone from my grandson when she gave him the news and just explain to her, like, listen, your mom is no longer here. I don't have her, and you don't have her as the buffer. We have to speak to one another. You don't have to like me. I don't have to like you. But we have to for the sake of this baby. Especially if he's going to be physically here in my care. You have to talk to me. Um, she feels, I'm sure, that I probably do more for the little ones that's here and have always been here. You're always going to feel that way when he was only coming on weekends or holidays or summer vacations or whenever you guys had an emergency and I came. You're always going to feel that way. That's nothing I can do. The situation is what it is. When in his situation, he had you. He had his grandma. And these little ones' situation, they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody. It's very unfortunate. Even my son's father. My son is incarcerated. I shared that with you guys a number of times. So, okay, he's unavailable. I'm I'm doing everything I can for him and me. Um, with my son not being here, everything that I purchased, everything that I have delivered to the home, all the birthday gifts and everything, when I always tell the kids, they came from my son. Whenever my son call and they like, Daddy, Daddy, thank you for such and such, and he be like caught off guard, and I keep telling him just go with it, go with it, and he'll be like, oh okay, you welcome. Or I'll be like, Terrell, I'll be like, oh, your dad said okay. I'll like intervene real quick so he know to go with it. And then, when he talked to them and they go away and then he keeps saying, Mom, why do you do that? And I kept saying, it's a reason, it's a reason. So finally he was like, Mom, no, for real. Why do you always do that? Why everything you buy them, you tell them I did it? I said, I'm here. I'm here with them all day, every day. I give them everything they need and all the love and kisses and hugs they can handle. I need to make it easy for you to transition back into their lives so that when you do come home, they could at least always say, even when he was locked up, he took care of us. Like he always made sure he sent us this. He never forgot our birthdays. He never forgot anything, graduations, anything. I'm telling y'all, Valentine's Day and all, the smallest of the smallest Halloween baskets, whatever I get, I set it up before they come home. I always have things ready for them when they wake up, like, oh, look what Daddy sent. I always give him all the credit because all this time, none of those gifts can replace the time and the energy and all, like I said, all the love and the hugs and kisses I give to these babies. Nothing can amount to that. So you can have the credit for all that stuff. I just want to make it easy for you to transition back into your boys' lives. I'm not guaranteed to be here forever. I am grandma. I may still be here, and I'm claiming it. I'm going to be here for a while. But I still want to make it easy on you. And I explained to my son, you're one of the luckiest guys that I ever known of that had kids because talk to all the guys in the family, talk to all your friends. That child support ain't nothing to play with. However, I always stepped in and took care of these grandkids. Even, you're not fighting over a remote, baby. Even Kha'yair, who I didn't always physically have with me here the whole time, I always had a prepaid reloadable card that I would put money on every month to make sure all his needs were met from our side of the family. And I would buy him whenever he called for his birthday or just anything. Oh, he got school pictures, he need this. I would make sure they got that money. I did it that way. And people used to say, why are you doing that? You don't know. No, no, shut the door. Shut the door. You don't know that they spending that money. I said, listen, I'm giving it to them with a clear heart and a clear mind. They say he need this. As far as I was concerned, they was doing the right thing and I couldn't say one thing or another because whenever I saw him, he was clean, he was well taken care of, and I didn't have to question anything. So as far as I'm concerned, and it just like I said before when I talked, one of my topics was about child support, and I said we shouldn't question what the mother do with the money because if they taking care of them the whole time, trust me, they coming out more than what you're doing on the course. I mean, on the child support order. So whatever that money is for, even if it's their money back into their pocket, it is what it is. Welcome, Kimberly. I see you coming in, Queen. My like I was telling them, my chat is going in and out. It just came back in. I haven't seen it for a while, so here we go. But just keep talking. I can see the numbers, so I know you guys are here with me. I'll have to read all the comments and stuff when I play it back because unfortunately I can't see them now. Again, I don't know if it's my signal because I'm down on the lower level of 3 levels, and that could be it. But I'm new to going live on a mobile device too, so that could be it as well. But yeah, I always made sure Kha'yair's needs were met, just like these kids here. I never wanted them to want for anything. So where I was going in the beginning of all this is I agreed to keep him, throughout the rest of the school year. And then she and I, his mother, will sit down and talk again so we can plan for the upcoming school year because some things need to happen. She has relocated since her mother passed, so she's in a new address. I am here, which is totally out of his school district, but you guys know I had him under special circumstances, and I had the busing and stuff finally approved after doing virtual learning with him for a little over a month, and then they were able to transport him back and forth to school because it was just impossible for me to do it, given that I had all the other buses to chase down. So, and in addition, we are foster parents, and we still get placements. I have a new little boy here right now. Actually, I have two. We planned for me to take one, but when they got here and they had the sibling who was going in another place, and I didn't know why they were splitting them, but that's what they were doing. The little boy was crying. He didn't want to leave, and I have a problem with separating children, so I said, just leave him. We got the placement for him too. It's a bed open. Leave him too. So we have two extra kiddos here right now. I don't like separating kids when, before I adopted Tyzir and Tyjan, they still, we were going on a cruise, and they were still under the care of, like, the custody of DCP&P, even though they were placed with me, who is paternal grandma. But you still have to follow protocol as if you are a new person out on the street that just took in some kids that you're unfamiliar with. So when my vacation was already planned before all of this, and so I had to, unfortunately, oh my God, I almost gave up my vacation. I was calling around, asking people in the family, like, listen, I got this free trip. Everything is paid for. You could take it if you want. I don't want to separate my baby, so I don't want to go. But I prayed on it. Everybody prayed on it. My auntie was a home care provider, but her house was full. My cousin is my other backup home care provider, meaning foster homes, and her house was full. So I didn't have my two people. Um, so we were down to the wire, and my husband was like, look, you need this break. That's why you set up the vacation. You gotta go. You gotta trust that everything will be okay. You giving them these children in their who's in their care already, nothing's gonna happen. So trust me, y'all. It took a lot of praying and stuff and convincing from my mom and everybody else, and I finally agreed. Like, okay, I can show y'all pictures. I was so sick on my cruise because out on the water, I didn't have no good reception. I couldn't check in as often as I wanted. I was sending emails, but people on this end was taking too long to respond. I was sick as a dog. Come to find out, Tyzir was not handling it well. That's when we discovered he had separation anxiety. They had to, meaning DCP&P, had to contact my home care provider who was keeping TJ for me at the time because he was already mine. So I could place him anywhere. He was not no longer under DCP&P. Only the two younger boys were. So they called my home care provider and asked if they could bring Tyzir over to spend time with TJ because he was not having it and he wasn't happy and he needed somebody that he was familiar with because he was crying and he wouldn't eat. He was waking up out of his sleep screaming, and thank God they made that happen while I was out, on my cruise. And when I came back, it was worse. It took 2 months of us having to wrap him around with services in the home, and for me to take some time off from work on the FMLA so I could be there for this baby 24 hours because he was, in fact, going through a severe case of separation anxiety. I'm knocking on the window for them to calm down. So I couldn't do that to these kids. So I ended up keeping two extra kids. So That's where we are. I am gonna have my nanny pick up in some hours. I do have a nanny for those that don't know. She's not nobody that's living around here full time or anything, but it's somebody I trust who have been helping us out for a long time now. I trust her with my babies wholeheartedly. I, of course, like everybody else, am very nervous with leaving your kids with anybody in the beginning, so I set up the whole nanny cams and everything in the house. But I truly can walk away from my home without using those cameras, and I'm okay with that. And that says a lot. My husband is African, so of course, we went with the African young lady who don't have any ties here in America. So she's really available for us whenever we need her. She can stay here if it's necessary, but mama don't play them games. No, you're not staying at home where me and my husband stay. That's a hell to the no, no, no. Learned that a long time ago. Aretha Franklin told you about it. But yeah, she's very good though. She's like family. She is family, and she takes great care of the kids. She normally comes so that I can get rest when I'm really, really exhausted, and like I work overnight, so she would help me out with my AM routine. And I'm trying to get him away from the camera because I can see him back here. But she's really, really good. And if I need her in an event of an emergency, I have to take somebody to the ER, hubby have to work or hubby's away. Like you guys know, my husband went away just back in October to visit his mom over in Nigeria, where he was supposed to stay a month. He stayed a little longer. Um, she is readily available. Anything I need, she is there for us. So we're good for her. I generally like to give her bonuses throughout the year, and I'll normally give it to her in a card and say no reason, just because let me tell you, this woman is a godsend for us. So I appreciate everything she do for us. Um, she do everything but bathe my babies. Just like hubby, he do everything but bathe my babies. I do all the bathing. No one has ever bathed my babies aside from my home care provider that I told you about when I left TJ there. I am very serious when it comes to people touching kids inappropriately. I made sure, even when I work, because I also work in group homes. Like I work in a large population, not just at the hospital. I work in transitional group homes and stuff like that because I'm a case manager. And sometimes I have to push my sleeves up and get grimy with them too, help the workers out, the counselors. But when it comes to being like because we normally pair up male and female workers because they are co-ed places. So I always am mindful to always take where the females are because I want to protect my male co-workers, because those females can say he touched me inappropriately or he tried to rape me or this and that kind of stuff stays in my mind. And then you got to be very careful when you're foster parents because you don't want any type of accusations thrown at. I have to protect my husband at all costs, and even though these are my grandsons and they probably wouldn't be the ones to do it, I damn sure can tell you they wouldn't. They do have mothers, natural mothers, that are bitter because I have their children in my care, or bitter because I adopted these kids. And all you have to do is make a fake call to DCP&P, and it doesn't matter that I'm a foster care parent. If someone make a call on me, they have to come investigate me too. So I just proactively, in the beginning of every contract that I take on, I make sure I look at things on a whole and I find loopholes and I just monopolize things. I just set things up in a way where if this will never happen because I did this, or that will never happen because I did this. I put myself so far into this stuff so that I leave no room for error almost for anybody. And I always was in the mindset with my hubby to protect him because I told you guys when he came into the country and came into the equation, DCP&P, who is DIFAS themselves, was trying to find like, well, they had to have an emergency family team meeting. And they were asking me like, well, what can go wrong? What do you mean what can go wrong? What can go wrong over here? We're the ones taking the children in. What do you mean? Well, how do you know this man don't have a criminal history somewhere? He left Nigeria. He went to Texas. He was in Arizona. He was in New York. Okay, he visited all his brothers who's in the States before he came and settled in here. I knew about it. I don't have a problem with it. That's my husband. But they have to find a reason to question things and a reason to say, okay, well, I need y'all to go get y'all fingerprints. Child, they would send us for fingerprints 5, 6 times a year until everything my husband had to do, everything I had to do, go through the child care classes and all the programs, do all the online tests, sit down with licensing, sit down with the case managers, sit down with they all get, I can't even think of what they call it now, but they all get their own attorney. So he had to meet with everybody. And even during the adoption process, I didn't put my husband down on the adoption paperwork. He is there as my husband in the home, but I did the adoption on my own. That's what it would have been had he and I not gotten together and decided to get married. And I didn't do it for that. I did it for my son. Again, I love my son so much that I even set everything up for him. Just like I said with the kids and buying the gifts and giving him all the credit, I set everything up. I never want to disrespect my son. I didn't want to create a divide in the relationship between my husband and my son, because I have to put myself in my son's position. As a man, how would I feel knowing that another man adopted my children? And my son didn't do anything to cause all of this DCP&P to come into our life. It was their mother. She already had them in her life because she had 4 other children prior to the 3 that I have that are already placed within the system. I am the only one that have multiple children together, which is the 3 of them, because they're my sons. All of those other children had their own father, and so they all were placed separately. Not with their dads, but even her family members that stepped in and took them, took one. This one took one. This one took one, and one is with the dad. So we wasn't having all that. Bring me all of my babies, because every time she had another one, they was like, well, Miss Chandler, she pregnant again. What you gonna do? I said, is it my sons? Yeah. Then you're gonna bring them here. You're gonna bring them here. We're not separating them. I'm not gonna have one child walking around, like I said, they were trying to make Kha'yair to feel like I treat the other ones different. No, it's just they live here. And I had to sit down and explain that to Kha'yair on a number of occasions. Whenever he come, as a child, you see the jealous in his eyes, you see the jealousy all over his face. When he come, he always look at their room and anything that they have gotten. And I say, Kha'yair, you got to remember, the majority of your things is at your house. If it's anything that they have here and you don't have at home, you let me know. We can make that happen. But don't come here and feel a ways against your baby brothers. They did nothing wrong. They're here because they live here. If you lived here, it would be the same thing. And unfortunately, now that his grandmom has passed and he is with us full time, I'm always doing one-on-one things with Kha'yair still, guys, because he's still going through the whole grieving process. Even though I don't bring it up, it's not something that I want him to keep in the forefront of his mind. We are getting services for him, but I do have one-on-one with him, and he is doing better, but he still have his moments, and he would. This is who he knew as his mother figure. But I'm trying to make it as easy on him as I possibly can. And I keep reminding him, like, you see, you're here with us full time now. And you see that anything that they can do in the house, you can do too. And anything that I do for them, I'm doing for you too. This is what I always have been telling you when you were living at the other residence. The only thing that was different was that you lived over there, but you're here now, so you're getting everything that they're getting. And that, guys, is another reason why I opted to get rid of Tyjon's bed. And like I said, we're going to go pick out the bed. And I'm not going to pick it out for them. They have to go with me and choose the bed because they have to sleep on it. It's going to be a bunk bed, and it's going to match the other bunk bed. Hopefully, I can find a black. But I want him to know that you have input in everything. He has to get a mattress. I have a mattress for Tyjon that's offers as a bed. So I'm gonna let him choose. I let the kids give input because they have to utilize this stuff, not me. I'm gonna purchase it, yes, but they have to be comfortable. And I just always let them know that they have input on anything. Like tomorrow is CJ's birthday. We already sat down at a computer and he said, Dilute, that's what they call me if you guys don't know. I wanna either mommy or Dilute. But Dilute, I wanna go to a restaurant like Ty did last week with the computer on the table. It's just those little devices they have on the table. So he wanted to even go back to Red Lobster and I'm like, baby, there's other restaurants that have that little device on the table. So we looked a few up and he was like, okay, we can do that because I can get a kid's burger like you can get an adult burger, Dilute. And I was like, yeah, we can have the same thing. You want me to have a burger? So now I got to have a burger tomorrow because TJ done picked out my order online, y'all. But yeah, I'm going to have to do the same thing with Kha'yair now because unfortunately, his mother has not been in contact with me, like we agreed. I cannot seem to locate her. Kha'yair and myself have been trying to reach her through her phone, through text, on social media. We'll see the lights on, we'll reach out, they'll log off. I don't know what's going on. It's unfortunate. It's hard to watch him see because he is so, like I've shared with you guys before, they were raising him differently, and so he's so in tune with adult business. It's like unbelievable to me. The things I'll tell you guys. Um, it's unreal the stuff that he was exposed to. So I'm trying to and you guys know I say this all the time, peel those layers back, and I'm just gonna have to like rebuild and get him where I need him to be mentally because I need him to enjoy being a child. I don't need him to concentrate on adult business. But he do come to me and he's like, well, why won't she respond? And I'm like, baby, I can't tell you something I don't know the answer to. And I don't, trust me, I'm the last one that want to see you hurt anymore. But obviously, she just don't want to answer. She don't want to be bothered right now. That's all I have for you. I can't let him walk around blindly, but I don't want to hurt his feelings at the same time. So it's hard, guys. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. It's a rough spot to be in. Not as far as like taking care of him or anything, because trust me, everything is gonna be all right. But just to have this kid longing to be with his mother and he can't. These other ones don't have no idea of mom. I don't know if I shared that with you guys before, but they don't. I show them pictures of her here and there, and I'll be like, who's this? And they'll be like, it's so sad, guys. Oh my God. They'll be like, I don't know, is she my friend? Does she go to my school? And I'm like, oh my God. Like, they have no knowledge. And what's sad is they look just like her and my son, but they can't identify. Now my son has been going for a couple years, and I'll put his picture like, who this? And they like, it's daddy. Like they know, and they go through my stuff like, look, Dalut, I found a picture of daddy. It's an old picture of my son when he was younger, but they know that's him. I'm not understanding how they don't know that's her. They have no, I don't, now for Tyzir and Tyjan, I get it. She never had them. I brought both of them home from the hospital. But with TJ, I got him at 10, officially, on paper and through diapers from the courts at 10 months old. But I was already taking care of him anyway. So, it's just hard, like, to see Kha'yair, who has been around these people and raised by these people all this time, and his heart yearns. Like, why nobody don't want me? Basically, he just won't say those words, but that's what he's asking me. And when it comes to stuff like that, I have to dilute it down. There's no way I can give that child a blow like that. And I just say, people are at different places in their lives, and you got to understand that was her mother that passed, and she got to mourn too. So as long as you're here and I know you're safe, this is where you need to be right now. But when she get herself strong enough, you'll be back with her. That's all I have for him. And he's looking like, well, she moved to a new place. I want to go over there. I want to be in that pool. I want to see my little sisters and brothers. And I'm like, when we talk to her, we can make the arrangement. So it's unfortunate, but that's where we are now. Just trying to be strong for him. It's a lot of times I want to break down and cry. Like I thought I was past all this because we are in a good space with me and the younger ones. But then here comes Kha'yair's situation and his whole lifestyle change. And now I'm dealing with this baby just wanting to be loved by, he know he got it here with me and hubby, but he still want that other attention that he's entitled to, and he don't understand why he was just flatlined, like why everything just cut off for him. We have no contact with his other side of the family from March 19th until today. So I don't know. He didn't even have closure with the funeral services, and he was told that he can go. We were ready. He was ready. We were waiting for them to come get him or meet me to get him and take him, and nobody showed. Nothing. No phone call, no nothing. He finally got a text that evening and said that um, they had the services and she was cremated. So he had no closure. And that's very disheartening. That's a bit much. And unfortunately, he's going to go through life knowing that he did not have that final goodbye. Um, Sometimes he say to me, like, I know she's in heaven. And it's okay. I didn't want to see her body like that. But then there's other days that he's questioning why nobody came and got him or why they didn't provide us with an address. I had no information, or else, I would have had him there. I had no information. It's unfortunate, but nobody was talking to me. They gave this baby a secret phone and was chatting with him and telling him things that I had absolutely no knowledge of. So I don't know. It's unfortunate, but everybody don't handle things the same. But that's where I am. It's a rough spot to be in. A lot of my evenings and nights is consoling him and telling him everything's going to be okay, with or without them. And just encouraging him to be the best version of himself that he can be. With that being said, his grades are still, he's an AB student. Unfortunately, he had a D in one class, and he was upset about that. But that had a lot to do with what happened before he came to me. His attendance, horrendous. But again, that had to do with what was going on before he came to me on March 19th. So we'll turn that around. I assured him of that. You've always been an AB student. That takes nothing away from your character, nothing away from your academics. You can't be in control of things that adults should have been handling. You're not held accountable for it. I spoke with the school. I let him in on the end of the conference so that they can assure him that, the attendance from March 19th, when I got him all the way through the end of the school year, was perfect. So he felt good about that because he came home on his last day just so depressed. And it took a lot, but I was able to reach out to the teacher and then speak with the principal and the head of the school district, and we had this conference, so now he feels better. But they getting a little antsy, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and check off here. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you haven't already, I do have a new channel, Grandma Does It All. Check that out for me, guys. Also on Thursday, we will be back. The topic is, and I'm glad I brought that up. The topic, I misquoted because I look back at my live and I'm like, oh my God, I said that wrong. Is, would you marry your cousin? Sleeping with is going to come up, but that wasn't the actual topic. The topic was, will you marry your cousin? So we'll be back on Thursday at about 6:30. Life as Kaya. Welcome, Queen. Thank you for joining. I appreciate having you here. Unfortunately, I didn't see you sooner because this chat is like going in and out. And so I just saw it pop up and I saw that you were the last person I didn't acknowledge. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate having you here. Guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Love and respect to you all.